Buongiorno. Please forgive my voice, it's been a big weekend of football, but it is the weekend, so we're going to find an excuse to squeeze in some time to make some limoncello with these beautiful organic lemons that we have. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the process. First step in the process is we've got to wash our organic lemons, not to get any pesticides or anything like that, they are organic, just to give the skins a good clean, because that's what's going to be soaking inside the alcohol. The alcohol is essentially going to be stripping all the oils from these skins, all the flavour, the zest, and assuming the colour and flavour in the alcohol. So we want to give these a good clean, make sure there's no dirt or debris on the skins before we start our peel. So let's get into that. So we've washed the lemons, and the next step of the process is to remove the skin of the lemon. Now it's very important that when you are removing the skin, that you try just to remove the top layer of the skin only. If you get too much of the white or the pink underneath, it will make your limoncello mix a little bit bitter. So again, just the top layer. A lot of people can use a cheese grater, a very fine toothed one, or otherwise they can use a potato peeler. But in this video we're going to go a little bit old school, and we're just going to use our old kitchen knife. To add our alcohol. Now in Australia it's very, very difficult to acquire alcohol of this strength. This is actually ethanol, it's 90% alcohol. I've managed to get my hands on some. Some people actually distill in home, little breweries, their own alcohol, but in this case I've managed to get my hands on ethanol, 90% alcohol, and this is perfect. So I think in the States you call it a clear grain. But what we have here is the alcohol. So we're going to add, for 8 lemons, 1 litre of alcohol. Then we're going to let that sit for 4 weeks so we can start to strip those lemon peels of their colour and of their flavour. So let's add that, and then we'll let it rest. Always try to be careful that when I pour it, I don't lose any of the alcohol. And you always want to make sure that your alcohol is covering the lemon peels themselves. Beautiful. Ooh, it's quite strong. Now we store that in a nice safe place, out of the direct sunlight. If you've got a pantry or if you've got a cupboard, that's perfect. So again, we're going to let that sit for 4 weeks. I'll go ahead and put a little label on it with the dates that I've made it. That way I know if I've got multiple batches on the go, when I've made this one and when I could utilise it next. So we'll go chuck that away on the shelf, and I'll show you what we'll do with the batch once it's complete. So here's a batch that we prepared 4 weeks earlier, and we're going to use that in today's limoncello video. So next step is to make our sugar syrup and which to mix this in. So let's get into that. Okay guys, so the next step in our process is we're going to bring 1.5 litres of water to the boil. Once we've done that, we're going to slowly add 700 grams of sugar. Now if you're anything like me and you don't have proper kitchen weight measuring devices, then what we're going to do is we're going to use a litre cup, and at the 700 milliliter mark, we're going to add our sugar up to that. Essentially 1 gram of sugar is also going to equate to 1 ml of water. So there's our 700 grams of sugar. We're going to slowly add that into our water and slowly stir it. So we're going to get to that now. Syrup's made. What we're going to do now, is we're going to get our batch that we had made previously, and we're going to run that through our oil filter papers. So you can either run it through this, or depending on how particular you are, you could probably put it through just your regular sieve at home. But we're going to run it through this this week, because I can see that already we're a little bit low on the alcohol. So we'll put it through this. Then we'll get the lemons, and we're going to actually give them a bit of a squeeze right at the end. So we're going to keep the lemon peels in this to the very end. So we'll try to put it in without spilling too much. Beautiful colour. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty here. Just hold the lemon peels here. Now there's still plenty of alcohol in that, so what we'll do is we're going to add 200 ml of water into this, and then we're going to give it a bit of a swirl. So we'll put some water into that, and you'll see it come a nice milky colour towards the bottom, and that's perfect. So we'll do that now. And now for the best bit, bottling it. So we're just going to get a little ladle here, give it a stir, Now for our final ingredient, vanilla bean. Vanilla bean is going to round off that beautiful zest and that strong alcohol flavour. So we're just going to drop 1 pod into each bottle and we let that sit for another week, and voila, we've got a beautiful limoncello ready to use. Let's get into it. After all that, the only way to finish off the video is with a little sample of my own produce. So, hopefully I'll do this in one take because it's very easy to drink. With that, cheers, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. A salute. Ciao. Fantastic. Fantastic.